Presidential candidate Ron Paul quits campaigning, but not the campaign. We're going to discuss that and more right here, right now on the News Hub. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Simon Constable. We're going to go straight down to Washington, D.C., where Danny Yadron is standing by. Danny, explain the nuances of this. Ron Paul's still in the campaign, but says he won't be campaigning.
Exactly. It's a little confusing at first. So Ron Paul will no longer be shaking hands, kissing babies in upcoming states that vote in the presidential primary. You know, we still have Texas, California, New Jersey, many states. But he's still going to be working state conventions in a push to get more delegates at the national convention in Tampa this summer. And what this means is he's still very much trying to influence the Republican Party, even if he's sort of acknowledging, you know, I am not going to be the Republican nominee.
Is this a resources issue for the Ron Paul campaign? Do they just simply not have enough money to do the full-on campaigning that they need to do?
Well, that's what they say in this statement. You know, it would cost tens of millions of dollars to really make this an honest campaign in these upcoming big states. So we're going to limit this to state conventions. But there's also a lot of chatter about the relationship Ron Paul has with Mitt Romney. There's been a lot of talk between the two campaigns all year. And by all accounts, they have a very friendly relationship. And so he's not sort of pressing Mitt Romney the same way.
So what is the Romney campaign saying? My understanding is they're not very happy about his continuing to be involved in the campaign and wants just him to roll over so Mitt Romney can really concentrate on the one thing that he wants to do, which is running against President Obama.
Well, I mean, the Romney campaign certainly hasn't said that publicly, but what some of their supporters have noted is that, you know, as this goes on, it could distract from Romney's message. This could especially happen if Ron Paul picks up enough delegates at state conventions, these very arcane, complicated gatherings, where he can actually be thrown up for consideration at the Republican convention. You can see Ron Paul supporters on the convention floor, you know, railing against American-Israeli policy. And that's not something the Romney campaign wants on what is a very tightly scripted TV show. That's effectively what these conventions have become.
Now Ron Paul is a man who likes to go his own way and really sticks with it, almost no matter what other people say. Do you think the Romney campaign is going to be able to influence him to basically not go to the convention, or is that just, it's going to happen and the Romney campaign will have to deal with it?
You know, it certainly doesn't seem like they've made any inroads so far. In fact, what you're seeing these days is the Romney campaign really trying to stop Ron Paul from picking up too many delegates. They're sending their top lawyer to Maine, where Ron Paul just picked up a bunch of delegates at that state convention. They sent Josh Romney and Tim Pawlenty to state conventions this weekend, and they got booed off the stage.
Okay, well, I'm sure this is going to be a great drama this spring and summer. Thank you very much, Danny Yadron with the Wall Street Journal in Washington, D.C. More on that story on WSJ.com.